The man was found lying stiff on the ground with a tube sticking out of his neck.
How long has he been like this?
I don't know, half hour, maybe more.
Why would someone crank him and then leave without giving him any air?
Turns out, he passed out from a severe allergy. A paramedic came, cut open his throat to save him, but halfway through, he just vanished. Unbelievable. The firefighters had no choice. They cut another hole.
Okay, hand me a size 6.
Shoved in a tube, and after 666 minutes, the man finally woke up. He was rushed to the hospital and barely survived. But the biggest mystery is, where did that paramedic disappear to?
Yeah, that's a frog, all right.
What happened? Just seconds ago, the sky turned an eerie green, and then it started raining frogs, thousands of them, falling from the sky, sending the amusement park into pure chaos. People screamed and ran for their lives. But while this man was on the phone with the police, he glanced up and one frog flew straight into his mouth and got stuck deep in his throat. When firefighters rushed to the scene, the ground was already crawling with frogs. A terrified girl begged them to help. The firefighter tried to pull it out, but the slippery skin pushed it even deeper. The man was choking, turning hoarse, seconds from suffocating. That's when the medic made a bold move, the Heimlich maneuver. 1, 2, 3 thrusts, and finally the frog shot out of his throat. The man was saved. All thanks to a split-second rescue. The man just wanted to propose, but almost sent his girlfriend to the grave.
I slipped the ring into a champagne glass. You're supposed to take a sip. Then
the man panicked with guilt, but firefighters pushed him aside. They had to act fast. Using a laryngoscope, they managed to locate the ring in her trachea. But it was so smooth and slippery that it was nearly impossible to pull out. Everyone held their breath in suspense. After 666 minutes, the firefighter finally managed to clamp it out. As the girlfriend regained her breath, her family could finally let out a sigh of relief. The firefighter was rescuing the drive when a truck collapsed on top of him, pinning him down. Another team rushed in and surrounded him, trying desperately to pull him up.
he's not moving.
The muscle guy joked, "Told you to lay off the donuts." The trapped man gave a helpless smile. Seriously, joking at a time like this? But then, that's when the reliable female firefighter brought in chains to secure the truck. Airbags 1 and 2 were ready. At last, the man was freed. And the driver was rescued too.
One look, and the medic knew this girl was about to die. Fluid leaked from her ears. Her body was paralyzed, and the diagnosis was terrifying: internal decapitation.
All right, Lori, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to squeeze my hand as hard as you can, okay?
Her first cervical vertebra was completely broken. Even the slightest movement could end her life instantly. The two paramedics treated the case like a ticking time bomb. This was going to be a tough rescue. Their supervisor quickly tried to calm the girl, explaining the situation while urging her to stay as still as possible. They brought out a scoop stretcher and simply slide it beneath her and lock it in place. Securing her body wasn't the hard part. Handling the head required extreme precision. The lead medic counted down from 3, then raised her head just 1 centimeter. The stretcher slid into place without incident. Next, they placed 2 head blocks on either side of her skull and taped them firmly down. What looked like a simple maneuver left the rescuers drenched in sweat, terrified that the slightest slip might dislodge her head. Thankfully, everything went smoothly. The most dangerous part was over. Now, with spider straps securing her entire body, the girl could finally be transported safely to the hospital. A car accident happened when the firefighter opened the door. Firefighters comforted her, cut her seatbelt, and had medics check her over. At the time, the parents stumbled out from the back seat. The father was dead drunk, his breath nearly knocking the firefighter out cold. The mother was swaying on her feet too. Clearly, she had been drinking as well. When the girl saw her parents being taken away in cuffs, medics rushed forward. They spotted deep marks on her chest, possibly a pulmonary contusion from the seatbelt. Listening with a stethoscope, they suspected the steering wheel impact too, and feared a rib might have punctured her lung. The only option was to rush her to the hospital. Watching all this unfold, the firefighters were left speechless, while the unfit mother was still shouting nonsense.
A car crash just happened. The man was thrown straight out of the car. But worse, his little boy was still trapped inside. Firefighters rushed in, put out the flames, and found the boy, but a steel pipe had pierced his thigh. If they cut it now, he could bleed out. So they rushed him to the hospital, seat and all.
Is he alive? What do I do?
The father, badly hurt, was still worrying about his son. He too was carried away on a stretcher. Then his wife arrived. And shockingly, she wanted him arrested. They were divorcing, fighting over custody. She thought he caused the crash on purpose. But the man insisted. He swerved to avoid a strange creature. Firefighters went back to check the scene and there it was a deer's body on the road. The truth cleared his name.
The girl's face turned blue. Horrifying blood streamed from her eyes. She had already lost consciousness. Her father stood by, frantic with worry.
Come on, give him some room.
Just moments ago, the man rushed into the fire station, carrying the girl, begging for help. The medic discovered she was choking on something. She must have tried to cough it out, which caused the blood vessels in her eyes to burst. The firefighter quickly grabbed a pair of forceps, pressing on her chest while pulling out the hot dog.
Got it.
The girl coughed violently, but thankfully regained consciousness and was sent to the hospital. Even though his teammates rushed over, the man still broke his bones from the fall and couldn't walk anymore. When he was taken to the hospital, he didn't remember a single thing that had just happened. Even after the doctor explained everything, he still had no memory of it at all. What's even stranger is, right after hearing the doctor, he asked again what happened to his foot, as if nothing had been said. But when the doctor saw the man's leftover sandwich, everything made sense. Turns out, as a rock climbing fan, the man hardly ate any veggies to keep his weight down. This made his body low on vitamins, which caused the memory loss. The hospital gave him a vitamin shot right away, and sure enough, his symptoms got better. Do you like eating vegetables? Even if you don't, make sure you eat them. The dude becomes bald because of his friend.
The man filled my shampoo with hair removal.
He decided to use the world's hottest pepper to get back at him. When the delicious tacos were served, the friend suddenly pointed.
Who is that?
When the dude turned his head, the friend quickly swapped their plates. The dude thought he was interested in the girl, and even joked he'd go ask for her number for him. After seeing his friend eat the tacos, the dude also took a bite and then asked him the taste.
How is it? A little bland, to be honest. The real question is, how's yours?
That's when the man felt his throat burning like it was on fire. He started chugging water bottle after bottle.
30 years you haven't grabbed me a soda from the fridge. Now you make me tacos? Come on, try that again.
The friend, who had been gloating, realized something was wrong and immediately began performing the Heimlich maneuver. When the firefighters arrived, the dude was already unconscious, coughing up blood. They had no choice but to drain the fluid on site. As the fluid was drained, the dude finally regained consciousness. His friend let out a sigh of relief. The firefighter was high above on the drawbridge and was about to fall. His teammate wanted the operator to lower the bridge, but the operator refused, saying it broke the rules. What would you do if it were you? Just a moment ago, the firefighter got a call. A man and his motorcycle were stuck at the top of the drawbridge. The firefighter decided to use the side rails for the rescue. He grabbed onto the rails and started climbing toward the top of the bridge, but the man couldn't hold on much longer. The firefighter sped up and finally reached the top. First, he secured the heavy object, then got to the man. But right then, the motorcycle almost fell. For the sake of his teammate's life, the firefighter ignored the operator's orders. He kicked the door open and lowered the bridge successfully. Is following the rules more important than saving lives to the operator?